it's the time to put the frets on this. But first I need to cut the fret slot. Now here I have marked my 28 fret plus the 0 fret, and I will now cut this 5mm deep. I put a bit of masking tape here to be my guide stop, and this will be 5mm because then I have to thickness the fretboard. So I will now do this. I will put a little bit of music and cut every one of this. Okay, I cut all the frets and I also drill the hole for the dot. Now it's the time to go with the leveling beam to put the radius on this. I also have this for checking the radius. I think that as the other base I will go to from 20 to 60, I think, and I will put the radius on this using the leveling beam. Now it will be easier and quicker to use a plane for doing this. It's a technique that I want to try and I want to learn, but not on this fingerboard. That took me a week to do it and is also already attached to the neck. So, old ways, leveling beam, 80 grit sandpaper, and it shouldn't take me too much. This is the situation. I put the radius on this. It took me quite a while with the sandpaper, but it came out pretty damn good. I also drilled the side hole and I plan this part right here. Now it's straight, it's beautiful actually. It looks very good. What I have to do now is working on the dot. And for this I have prepared 11 of this little aluminum rod. The plan is putting this here, use the super glue to maintain it in place, then I will file this level, almost at least level to the surface here, and then I will put the internal dot with walnut. This should look very good, and it should stand out to the fretboard, and it should be right. For the side dot, instead I will use the basswood, so it will be nice and clear against the walnut. And then I have to use my V-gouge to carve the name Kvasir right in runes, like I did with the the other, but this will be the last one before moving to hammer the frets on. So I put the frets on this. I didn't talk before recording this because, well, the last time that I put the frets on a guitar, let's say that I call the gods many times, like just we Italian can do, believe me. This time, it went so well that I'm actually surprised. And the only reason why it went so well was because of this. The size of the slots for the frets were on point. I hammered this without any problem, and it went really well, without any single problem. Just went. I will let the glue to sit and to dry a little, then I will snap the end of this and we can start working, finish the fretboard. So I masking tape this thing really good, and I also make sure that the neck was straight, and now I'm gonna mark the top of the frets and I will pass the leveling beam. I will do the usual treatment, so I will go for the entire fretboard, I think 2 times, just to make sure that everything is level. I will then do just after the 12 frets to make sure that I can set the action as low as I can, and then Then it's just a matter of checking with the fret rocker, which in this case is my oldest badge of university. Okay, probably you will already saw what I'm going to do, so I will see you for the crowning. Okay, I level all the frets and I check it like 4 times, back and forth, like 4 times completely and 20 times some spots. Now I need to crown this thing. Now I will show you just for one, because this is kind of boring. It's a very boring step, but for crowning the file you are now make this part all flat, right? And now you want to make sure that the point of contact here at the surface of the frets is just 1 point. So you basically don't want a rectangle, you want a C shape for your frets or a pyramid. If you've never done this, it's really simple, really. You just mark the top of the frets. Then I use a triangular file. I know that there are other options, but I really like the triangular file. And what you simply do is, this has a safe edge, so I don't run the risk to ruin my fretboard. I just go and take away the material from the side. Every time I will angle the triangular file a little more until my line here, the mark here, is just a small line. As you can see here, I hope that you can see this, I have just a small blue line right on top of the frets. This is what you want to achieve, and you have to do that for every single fret. And then I'm going to recheck with my homemade fret rocket if this is still straight, because it can happen that you maybe take a little more material from one side to the other, so you make it basically a low spot. And so you have to adjust. Again, it will be minor adjustment, but you have to do it. I will see you when I will finish this, probably tomorrow, because I have to go. Okay, I make this video a little bit later, and I finish working on the frets, crowning and file. This thing came out nicely. It's probably my best work so far. The frets are level, crown, and I polish even a little. It took me an afternoon of very slow and cheap work. And yeah, I have to thank you, as always, my Ko-fi supporter, for helping me make this a better channel. And if you want to donate, the link to my profile is in the description. You can make a little donation. And thank you to Tornelli guitar for told me where I have to buy this lovely saw. This make this job and this video a lot more nice and a lot less scary to me. And yeah, I will see you on the next video, because with this we have finally finished everything that we have to do on the central part of the body. Now it's time to put the wings on this, and later the top, and then shape it. There are 3 separate videos, but next week we will see for the wings. I can't wait. So, thank you again, and I will see you next week. Bye.